Hi, my name is Marissa Cole. And every year, I pretended not to notice the pattern. Christmas Eve? Always at my sister's luxury home. My kids? Too loud, too messy, not elegant enough. Me? Only useful if I was cooking or cleaning. But this time, the message stung differently. There's no room for you or your children. Like we were boxes that could be shoved in a basement. Like my babies were inconvenient. And then my sister chimed in, but leave the kids with the nanny and come cook dinner, like always. Because of course, I wasn't family. I was free labor. Then my father's final jab. Don't make us feel guilty. We're still expecting our gifts. The same man who missed every one of my kids' birthdays. I stared at the phone screen, heart pounding. I could feel my son tugging on my sleeve, asking if we'd get to see Grandma this year. I smiled gently and said, "No, honey, not this year." But I didn't cry. I didn't yell. And I didn't argue. I just opened my laptop and started planning. Because if they wanted to spend New Year's without us, they were about to learn what life without me truly looked like. I made a list that night, not out of bitterness, but clarity. Everything I'd done for them over the past 10 years. All the dinners, the cleaning, the babysitting, the handmade gifts. The time I lent my sister $3,000 when her boutique almost went under. The time I covered Mom's dental emergency while they were between insurances. The time I canceled my son's field trip so I could cook for Dad's last-minute work party. Not once did I ask for thanks. Not once did I complain. But now, I was done. So I started small. First, I removed everyone from the family streaming accounts, Netflix, Hulu Prime. All under my name. All paid with my card. Then the family calendar, the one I maintained for free, vanished. Let them forget who's allergic to shellfish or when Grandma's meds run out. Then I emailed my sister's boutique landlord. Just a heads up, the co-signer on that lease will be stepping away. I sent one final text to the group chat. Don't worry, you'll get your gifts. I've prepared something unforgettable this year. No one replied. They thought I was bluffing. They had no idea what was coming, because this time, the gift I was giving was silence, boundaries, and consequences. New Year's Eve arrived. My kids and I spent the morning baking cookies, dancing to music, and laughing in pajamas. No pressure, no performance. Just peace. Meanwhile, my sister was frantically texting me. "Marissa, where's the honey-glazed turkey? You always make it. Mom's upset. She says you're acting dramatic again. Did you bring the champagne? We can't find the case." I didn't respond. I was busy wrapping gifts, not for them, but for my kids. Simple things, a hand-drawn treasure map, a DIY craft kit, a framed photo of us in front of the old park. Around 5 p.m., my sister tried calling. Then Mom. Then Dad. All ignored. At 6:47 p.m., the first wave of chaos hit. My sister's boutique Instagram page vanished, deactivated. Her followers? Gone. Her booking site? Down. Then her landlord called, confirming her lease was no longer secure. And then Mom called again, screaming, "What did you do? Do you know what night this is?" Yes. It was the night I stopped bending. I replied calmly, "It's the night you celebrate without me, remember?" Then I shut off my phone and turned up the music. Because for the first time in years, I chose us. And they were about to feel what that meant. The next morning, January 1st, I woke up to 27 missed calls, 53 texts, and 3 voicemails full of panic. Apparently, dinner had been a disaster. The caterer bailed last minute. My sister had assumed I'd show up anyway. The turkey? Burned. The side dishes? Forgotten. And the champagne? Still sitting in a warehouse because it was ordered under my wholesale account. Mom cried in front of the guests. Dad yelled at a waiter. And my sister ended the night screaming at her husband, blaming him for everything. Meanwhile, I sipped tea in my fuzzy robe and watched cartoons with my kids. Then I posted a single photo online, just me and the boys on the balcony, holding mugs, surrounded by fairy lights and peace. Caption: Turns out silence and self-worth make the best celebration. The comments poured in. Old friends, neighbors, even extended family I hadn't heard from in years. You look happy, Marissa. They never deserved your kindness. Proud of you for finally choosing yourself. Later that afternoon, I received a text from my cousin. Girl, your sister's boutique is trending for the wrong reasons. Someone leaked her meltdown. I didn't ask who. I just smiled, knowing they wrote me off for not being valuable. But I had the receipts. By January 2nd, the fallout had gone public. Screenshots of my sister's entitled meltdown circulated online, paired with clips of her shouting at staff and blaming everyone but herself. A local influencer reposted it, captioning, "This is why you don't mistreat people who built you." Meanwhile, my mom was panicking. Apparently, she'd been using my Amazon Prime for her little luxuries. Candles, skincare, imported teas. All canceled. Her pantry now echoed the silence she gave me every time I asked for emotional support. Dad? His quarterly tax files, always managed from my Excel templates, were now a chaotic mess. He texted me, "You could have given us a warning. Family helps family." I replied with his own words, "We're still expecting our gifts." The irony wasn't lost on him. But I wasn't done. I'd also pulled my name from the family trust paperwork. Why should I co-sign anything for people who treated me like a seasonal maid? Then came the knock at my door. It was my aunt, the only one who'd ever treated me kindly. "I heard everything," she said. "And if you'll let me, I want to help you start again." For the first time, I felt something shift. Not revenge, but recovery. And I wasn't going to do it alone anymore. With my aunt's help, I did something I never dared before. I launched my own catering brand. No family discounts. No guilt trips. No fake smiles at holidays. Just me and the dishes I'd perfected over a decade of unrecognized service. My first event? A private birthday for a well-known author in the city. Word spread fast. Within weeks, I had back-to-back bookings, all through referrals. Meanwhile, my sister's boutique was flailing. Online orders dropped. Her suppliers severed ties. And her influencer status? Gone. She tried reaching out. "Let's meet up, clear the air," she texted. But I didn't reply. Mom sent voice notes. Guilt-ridden ones. "Marissa, families fight. But blood is blood. Just come back. Please." But the thing is, they never saw me as blood. Only as hands that chopped, stirred, cleaned, and stayed silent. "Dad, tried a different approach. We'll include you in next year's plans. Bring the kids. You belong there." I listened, not because I cared, but because hearing them panic was its own justice. Still, I didn't block them. No. I wanted them to watch. Watch as the daughter they excluded built a table they'd never be invited to sit at again. One carefully plated meal at a time. By spring, my name was on a billboard downtown. Marissa Cole Events, where every meal tells a story. I had a team now, a kitchen, clients on a wait list. And my kids? They no longer asked why Grandma never called. They were too busy helping me test recipes, packing little handwritten notes into dessert boxes. But one day, a call came from an unknown number. It was my mom. Her voice, thin and shaking. "It's your father," he collapsed. "We're at the hospital." There was silence. No demand. No guilt. Just a quiet ask. "Can you come?" I did. Not for him, but for myself. To see, clearly, the man who once demanded gifts, now surrounded by sterile machines and regret. He looked at me and whispered, "I was wrong." I didn't cry. Didn't rage. I just nodded. And left. In the hallway, my sister stopped me. Tears streaked down her mascara. "I miss you," she said. "We were awful. Please, let's start over." I stared at her, then quietly said, "I already did. Just without you." Because healing isn't loud. And justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it simply walks away and never looks back. A year later, on New Year's Eve, I stood on the rooftop of a venue I owned. Below me, a party glowed, filled with music, laughter, joy. Clients mingled. My team smiled. My boys danced in sparkly hats, holding cups of cocoa. And me? I wore a silver dress, no apron in sight. That night, someone approached me, a guest I didn't know. "Are you Marissa?" I nodded. She smiled. "Your food, your team, this whole night, it's breathtaking. I heard your story. Thank you for rising." I looked down at the city. So many years I'd spent trying to earn a place at someone else's table. Now, I own mine. That same evening, my sister posted a throwback photo. Our family crowded at a long table. Caption: New Year's isn't the same without her. I didn't respond. Because this year, I wasn't cooking for people who discarded me. I wasn't shrinking myself to fit their comfort. I was celebrating with people who respected the woman I had always been, before they tried to bury her. This time, I gave no gifts. No explanations. Only distance. Only peace. Only the quiet triumph of a woman who learned. Family isn't who you're born to. It's who claps when you rise.